Okay, so, I don't know why I'm whispering. It's 6 o'clock. I'm going to go out and see if maybe it held 30 pounds. Boy, that sure would be nice. Son of a gun. It's close. Look at that. It's like 28. I guess that would be 26. So, that's not too bad. Now what I'm going to do is try and find out where it went. It might, ooh, you know what? Pressure. Pressure? Yeah, that might actually just be the difference in temperature between the water that was in there, which was like 100 and something. So that might actually just be the difference. Nope, there it is right there. Oh, it's an easy one too. Gotta be kidding me. So sometimes these valves come with that little nut just not tightened up. So you can see this drop of water here. I noticed it first here. So with any luck, all I have to do is tighten that little thing there. But if it's at 28 pounds, I'm fine moving forward. At this point, coffee. And moving forward is electricity. So I bought a switch with the red faceplate. It's a nice big 20 amp switch. It's like a boiler shut off. And then I got to wire it into the panel, and then I can flick the switch, and this thing should be live. I also am going to mount my zone controller and wire it up to this taco system circulator. That way I can kick that on and it can just kind of circulate in the boiler and then fire it up. It would be awesome if I had a bag of pellets. Unfortunately, I didn't buy one. I ordered a bunch of pellets on Thursday, but they haven't called me. It does have some pellets in the bottom of that hopper, so I guess I'll go on those for a little while. But yeah, so for now, for this morning, I'm gonna wire that up and go from there. Yeah, in case you were wondering, just take this little nut off here, and then you take your handle off. And that's also how you make these handles. That's how you make these handles reversible. So if you want to have your handle on like that, you can do that. Yeah, I think that's where the water was coming from. So then you just take your 5/8 inch wrench, just tighten that nut right there. I don't know why they would come loose, or rather come from the factory loose. Not like it came loose, but then you put your handle back on. I guess that's as far as it goes. And that should, with any luck, fix that leak. And I don't see any others. So that is pretty damn awesome. Darned awesome for the kids out there. Okay, it's time to work two-handedly. Okay, boiler switch. Pretty psyched. I wish I could find a pellet boiler. I may relabel it so it's not confusing anyone. So I had the switch installed. It's wired into the panel upstairs. I think I'm ready to turn it on. Let's make sure this thing's off. Min temp. Oh, it wasn't off. Okay, min temp. Let's put the feed adjuster to test. No, let's put it to 3 because that's where it's supposed to be. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm gonna flick the switch. Actually, you know what? No. One thing I want to do is put some caps on this. This is what goes to my controller, and it'll be live when I energize that. So I'm going to put a few wire nuts on there. come from 12 volt land, where black is ground and red is power, hot. So it's always confusing in high voltage land where black is hot. The red wire isn't, actually, you know what, it is being used. The green wire is ground, but the red wire in this one is being used. So boilers generate a lot of hot water, right? Well, oil boilers, propane boilers, wood boilers. Let me put this up a little bit. All boilers generate hot water. Well, hot water, eventually, at a certain point, if something doesn't stop heating it, will turn to steam. And steam is explosive and very dangerous. So, when you have a boiler that gets out of control, meaning it doesn't stop its combustion, it can explode and blow a bunch of steam everywhere and do a bunch of bad stuff. So, the problem with wood boilers and pellet boilers is that when power goes out, there's still mass inside it burning, making that water hotter. But all the circulation pumps have stopped. So that water is just going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. So they recommend an overheat loop, which basically works on convection. The hot water will rise in a pipe and go to this overheat loop, which is just a 6-foot radiator, let off a lot of heat, get cold, and be dense, and it'll flow back into the bottom of the boiler. And it'll do that automatically to keep from overheating. The red wire provides 12 volts when the boiler's operation and the power is on. That means you put a zone valve that is normally open on the overheat loop. So when it has power, it closes. So that when your boiler is running, it's not pumping heat and wasting it in that overheat loop, but the power goes out, that zone valve opens, and then allows heat to pass through. You don't actually see an overheat loop installed here yet. I'm planning on putting my boiler on a uninterruptible power supply, which is basically a battery. So the boiler will charge the UPS, and as soon as the power goes out, I'm going to have double pole, double throw switch, and then the UPS will power the boiler. But I think I may only wire in the combustion motor so that the UPS is just running the motor that exhausts the fumes and keeps the burn going, and it stops the auger, which means that once the pellets in the burn pot are all burned up, it'll just stop creating heat. So